Welcome back. Today we are looking at what can only be described as a seismic shift in the American automotive landscape, one that is very concerning for General Motors stock owners. For years, the narrative from Detroit was all in on electric. But this week, reality hit the balance sheet. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. If you're interested in getting a new battery or solar system, click on the link in the description and that'll take you to a page where you can compare all the best options and choices on the market right now. General Motors has just announced a 7.1 billion US dollar charge. That's, well, 10.6 billion Australian dollars for the fourth quarter. Why? I mean, what's the reason? Well, because the American consumer, it says, is sending a clear message. The transition to EVs isn't happening on the timeline that General Motors boardrooms predicted in the United States. Anyway, it is everywhere else it is. In fact, it's going faster than what they predicted everywhere else. If you'd like to book a paid consultation, you can do so, and I'll put a link in the description below. If you want advice on what electric car to buy, solar systems, all that kind of stuff, you can do that. But in the US, we're seeing $1 billion retreat. In fact, multi-billion dollar retreat from EV production lines and a quiet but massive return to internal combustion, to V8 engines. General Motors just spent, what, $1 billion on their next generation V8 engine. Crazy money, ridiculous. Today, let's break down the filings from General Motors and Ford to see exactly where the money went and why the all-electric future just got pushed back by a decade, which means that US car makers will continue to fall behind their Chinese counterparts. Let's get into the hard numbers from General Motors. January the 8th, as in today, by the time you're watching this, maybe it was yesterday, regulatory filing. The headline is $7.1 billion in charges for Q4. To put that in perspective, that's more than the entire annual profit of most Fortune 500 companies, wiped out in 90 days. About 6 billion of that is tied directly to reworking the EV production footprint. What does that mean in plain English, though? Good question. It means General Motors, they've built capacity for millions of EVs that they aren't selling. Well, kind of, anyway. 4.2 billion of that is actual cash going out the door. Commercial settlements with suppliers who have agreed to deals that General Motors are not going to deliver, and cancelled contracts. You don't pay $4 billion to suppliers unless you are walking away from massive orders of batteries and components. This isn't just a paper loss, it's a strategic reset. And in fact, it's a retreat. Mary Barra's CEO said that in 2025, General Motors would beat Tesla. She said that on Oprah. She said that on CNBC. She said that to all the media. By 2025, we'll beat Tesla. And then she mentioned that in 2026, they'd sell more than 1 million electric cars, well over that. And that's certainly not going to happen. Don't forget, this comes on top of a $1.6 billion charge General Motors took just 3 months ago in Q3. In total, General Motors has written off nearly $9 billion in EV-related investments in the last 6 months alone. That is wild. Perhaps the most telling part of this story isn't the money, it's the machinery. General Motors is shifting its Orion Township assembly plant in Michigan. This plant was the crown jewel of their EV strategy. It was basically everything was focused around this plant. It was retooled at massive expense to build electric pickups, the Silverado EV and the GMC Sierra EV. The new plan, Orion, is going back to its roots. GM is now retooling it again to build V8s for the Chevy Silverado, the Sierra, and the Cadillac Escalade. Yeah, this is the good old days, baby. Drill, drill, drill. Think about that for a second. After billions spent on the EV revolution, one of their primary plants is being handed back to the V8 and the Duramax diesel. Why? Because while EV sales dropped 43% in the fourth quarter, although some of that is due to the hangover from the tax credit expiring, demand for high margin gas powered trucks and SUVs remains the lifeblood of the company. They are following the money, and the money is still in gasoline, or at least in America anyway. We have to look at the why though. General Motors isn't doing this in a vacuum. The US market underwent a total reset on September the 30th, 2026. That was the day the federal $7,500 EV tax credit was eliminated. Now, without that being eliminated, and without the Trump administration basically saying that they essentially hate electric cars and that they're stupid, everything would be quite different. The industry saw a pull forward of demand in Q3 2025 as buyers rushed to get the subsidy. Once that credit vanished, the true market demand was, well, lowered significantly. Without a $7,500 government check, these vehicles simply don't make sense for the average consumer's wallet, according to what they think, because they haven't really done the numbers. A lot of consumers just don't think to themselves, well, what am I paying weekly for gasoline? Right? I've got solar on my roof. I could charge my vehicle for free. They don't really think of that. They just think, what is the purchase price? What is the initial purchase price? Oh, the EV is a bit more expensive than internal combustion. I'll buy the internal combustion version. Or they think, not enough range. Until they actually own one, then their mindset changes on range and the necessity of massive range. But for a lot of people, they think they need enormous range. At the same time, we've seen a massive scaling back of emissions regulations in the United States. Automakers are no longer being fined to build cars that they say people don't want. That's what Ford says. Ford says people didn't want EVs. They were forced to make them. The regulatory stick has been removed, and without the carrot of the tax credit, the business case for mass market EVs has collapsed, they think. Well, at least their business case. Tesla still makes money from them. They don't. General Motors even warned, though, they might take further hits on their emissions credits. Assets that were once worth billions are now essentially worthless. But you could say exactly the same thing for their internal combustion plants, which will eventually be worthless as well. So, General Motors isn't alone in this foxhole. Just last month, Ford dropped a nuclear bomb on its investors, taking a 19.5 billion US dollar charge, nearly 30 billion Australian dollars. They've killed the Ford F-150 Lightning as we know it, pivoting instead to extended range hybrids and repurposing battery plants for lithium iron phosphate energy storage. CATL's LFP batteries that they will license that tech, make those, and then sell basically Tesla Powerwalls and large Tesla-like megapacks. And this is not just a North American problem, guys. 1.1 billion of General Motors' current charge is for restructuring their China joint venture with SAIC, S-A-I-C. China used to be GM's piggy bank. Now, domestic Chinese brands like BYD and Xiaomi and XPeng, and many of them have moved so fast that the legacy Detroit giants are being squeezed out. GM is essentially paying over $1 billion just to downsize and stay alive in the world's largest car market, which is China. But make no mistake, General Motors just paid more than $1 billion to downsize in China. How's that going to work out? I mean, really. So what's the takeaway for the educated investor or truck owner in the US? The EV or bust era is over in the US anyway, for the time being. We're entering the era of Trumponomics. Trumponomics. I just created that. I'm sure someone else has said it before, but it just came to me. General Motors and Ford have spent the last 5 years trying to force a market that they say wasn't ready for their vehicles. But really what this comes down to is these guys can't make money selling EVs. And so they want to move away from doing that. So now they're writing off their losses, retooling for the gas-powered trucks that pay their bills that they make money on, and hoping that they can pivot back to EVs one day when they think everything's changed. GM reports its full earnings on January 27th. It's going to be a rough day for the accountants, but In my opinion, it's going to be a rougher day for people who actually see the future. If you're invested in General Motors, you might want to do what Warren Buffett just did. He dumped General Motors stock, held it for more than 10 years, I believe, and he finally last year said enough is enough and dumped it. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis helpful, please share it with someone else or click on the link in the description to become a YouTube member. Bye-bye. Guys, if you want to install solar panels, a home battery, or a home charger, the best way to do this for your situation is to go to the links in the description below, and they'll take you to a page where you can compare everyone. So depending on where it doesn't matter where you live. A lot of people email me all the time saying, well, what solar system should I get? Who should I go with? What battery should I get? What electric charger should I get? Well, click in the links in the description and you can actually compare all the different choices and find the best deal for you. I'll put that link in the description below. Additionally, there is a battery savings calculator link and also a federal battery rebate calculator. I personally have found that I'm not paying for electricity at all, and that's including charging my 2 electric cars and also running my home power, my home sauna. Nothing, not paying anything at all. And I think a lot of people are getting misled. They think that getting a battery is not worth it. Actually, I think it is worth it. So those links are in the description below.